terrible. So let's say he comes back and he plays in this game. They might still lose. The thing about Duke is, it means help. The Stars Lottery is this marketing service. Every ticket purchased is supporting our life-saving operations. Get your tickets today.
Really likes what he sees in Carr's mentality for the game.
Here's the thing. I've never seen a quarterback since Gruden went to ESPN and now is with the Raiders again that he has not won.
As a person with a disability who often travels for work, I must admit it's not always easy finding accessible hotel rooms. But sometimes I'd like something that, well, feels a little more like home. That's why I was so happy to hear that short-term rental companies like Airbnb now have filters to help travelers with disabilities better find an accessible rental. Now, rather than search for a catch-all category of, quote, wheelchair-accessible listings, Airbnb users who are elderly or who have disabilities can zero in on rentals with features like step-free access, wide hallways, accessible height beds, and roll-in showers. What a great step towards ensuring access for everyone. So, thanks, Airbnb, for considering people like me with disabilities. Looking for more info on how to travel with a disability? Visit disabilitycampaign.org.
My muscles ached. I was tired all the time.
My son had a full-blown asthma attack. It came out of nowhere.
The unsettling thing about some symptoms is
I had a fever and these terrible headaches.
you don't always know what's causing it.
What was Lyme disease? From the tick bite.
I had West Nile virus from a mosquito. He had a reaction to cockroach allergy.
Threats to your health can come from unexpected places. In fact, it's impossible without rules. A public service message from the National Pest Management Association. Believe the emergency.
Selma, welcome to Day 6.
Good morning.
Gerald Butts says he was surprised when Jody Wilson-Raybould declined a cabinet post. What do you think of her decision to say no to that job?
Her rationale for turning down that position is essentially that Minister of Indigenous Service, that job is enacting all the promises of the Indian Act. And as somebody who's an Indigenous leader for a long time and an Indigenous legal scholar, Jody Wilson-Raybould felt that she could not undo.
That's 15 days for the full 30-day supply, free. When you text the word BOSS to 797979. Finally, a formula that boosts total testosterone. If your results with ageless male max are too intense, please decrease use. For your free bottle, text BOSS to 797979. Text BOSS to 797979.
710 ESPN Seattle.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and are only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, let me ask you something. Wouldn't it be nice to have convenient access to
Our team of dental specialists are happily referred to by existing clients and general dentists because our focus allows us to offer many skilled hands at one location with affordable prices.
Contact Apple Dental.
By going to
What about a...
I didn't hear that brought up when it was being debated on the floor. I did not. Anyway, I'll keep an eye on it.
There's also a ton of other bills that
They would be better at running the country than
the healer's hernia, they did, and he asked them, why are you healing me? And why are you contacting me? And they told him it was because of his genetic propensity to live a long time. And at that time, his grandfather was actually 106 years old and he was writing a book about it. So yeah, they do talk to people in English because they're very telepathically speak all languages pretty fluently. As far as mass healing, that's pretty darn rare. Most healings occur to just one person only. There's a few cases involving sisters, husband and wife. That's happened in a couple of cases. One case involving 4 people who claimed to have been healed of the flu. There's one case involving several patients in a hospital, same hospital, all children healed of cancer. There is a region in Russia, Georgia, to Tbilisi. Not sure if that's pronounced right.
Tbilisi, yes. I believe that's the capital of Georgia, former Soviet Republic. Tbilisi.
Yeah, a number of cases came right out of there. So, all in the same.
All right, Preston, we've got to take a time out here. We'll come back and take more questions and comments on the power of UFO healings. John Fogerty taking us into the break with Rockin' All Over the World here on Coast to Coast AM.
Find out more about tonight's guest. Log on to coasttocoastam.com. The following program sponsored by leading... America and the Western world is distracted and unaware that the third wave of jihad has already begun. Not only is this a war of terror and violence, but stealth, intimidation, and an agenda that is unlike any we've seen before. The goal is to gain control and force America and the Western world to become a unified Islamic State. Middle Eastern expert Dr. Michael Youssef brings you the real modern-day threat of radical Islam in his brand new book, The Third Jihad. Instead of cowering from fear and uncertainty, be prepared. Request your copy of Dr. Youssef's new book, The Third Jihad, today for your gift of any amount. Give a gift of $100 or more, and you'll also receive the audiobook for The Third Jihad. Call, write, or visit us online at ltw.org, ltw.org, to order your copy today.
This is Leading the Way with pastor and author of the new book, The Third Jihad, Dr. Michael Youssef. I'm sure that you've seen someone who is entrenched in a lifestyle totally opposed to God and His Word come to Jesus, walk the aisle, so to speak, and then continue living in a life that's far from God. And then others experience Jesus in a similar way, and yet you see their life changed, turning completely away from the sins that held them captive. Today on Leading the Way, Dr. Youssef looks into the words of Romans chapter 6, revealing reasons why a truly saved person will not continue living in sin. Listen with me.
King George V, who is the grandfather of the current Queen Elizabeth, something he used to say to his sons: "My boys, remember who you are. My boys, remember who you are." But I can tell you,
not too bad. But I agree with you though. It's not going to matter as much if Derek Carr is the Derek Carr we've seen last year and a half.
Yeah, and Gruden did what he did in Tampa. Yeah. On the shot. Man, they better be as good as he was on the NFL Network in this GM show.
But how bad as a situation must be for Pittsburgh if the Steelers can pry one of those first round picks?
Win over Suns. Online car shopping can be confusing. Not anymore with True Price from TrueCar. Now you can know the exact price you'll pay for your next car. So visit TrueCar to enjoy a more confident car buying experience. On the college hardwood, just talking about it. Number 3 North Carolina, 79-70. Davis, number 4 Duke. Not a good day for number 5 Tennessee. They fall at Auburn 84-80. And number 10 LSU, they clinched the SEC regular season title, beating Vanderbilt 80-59. And yet, LSU fans booing because their AD happened to suspend their head coach, who was caught on wiretaps saying that he was trying to pay a player. But, you know, whatever. I guess that's the SEC. Back to you, Jason Martin. A little early. And you go forward here.
It's brought to you by Geico. It's easy to save. 15% or more on car insurance with Geico. Go to Geico.
Haystack when it comes to finding these people. But it's the same thing as AB negative blood. I mean, that's just rare as heck, but we have a registry of people who are AB negatives, and if we need that type of blood, we reach out to them and we try and get them to donate to Canadian Blood Services. So if we can create a registry whereby we know which individuals have these particular mutations,
even that kind of gives you pause as to, well, how much is this thing really worth? From the Raider perspective, I know a lot of fans that hated to see Khalil Mack get traded. They'll say, wait a minute, they didn't have the money for him. But they have the honeymoon is always better than the actual marriage, I guess you can say, but this, to me, seems like a really, really good thing for the Raiders, especially considering how they kept up those
Wild card line at 818-501-4101.
Basically, the offers in a separate statement earlier offered condolences to families. We will keep you updated on that story, though. Now, tank top, ripped jeans, inside headings, all Megan Nana.
Call 800-618-8255. This is Coast to Coast AM with your guest host, Richard Serrett.
And when you hear this song, you know we are into the home stretch. And if you like what you're hearing tonight this morning, why not check out my weekly syndicated radio program, The Conspiracy Show, which airs out of Toronto, Canada on Zoomer Radio, AM 740, 96.7 FM, Sunday nights on, which is live at 11 p.m. And for an affiliate near you, you can go to my website, strangeplanet.ca. Click on the radio page. That's The Conspiracy Show. You can also watch the YouTube live stream. Just subscribe at strangeplanet.ca. Strangeplanet.ca. Also, check out my podcast, Conspiracy Unlimited. New episodes drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can listen and subscribe at conspiracyunlimitedpodcast.com. Back to more of my conversation with Preston Dennett as we continue to explore the power of UFO healings right here on Coast to Coast AM.
Did you know that the classic disco song Stayin' Alive contains 100 beats per minute? But I'm here to talk about another kind of beat, a heart-healthy beat. It's called That is Scoop the One Day, and you'll be dancing to your It's March's National Nutrition Month, and Super Beats by Human wants to get your cardiovascular system back in rhythm. Super Beats is a highly concentrated, scientifically formulated solution that supports healthy blood pressure levels and circulation. It's clinically researched and helps your body produce more nitric oxide, which makes your arteries wide and flexible, so more oxygen and nutrients can flow through, leaving you with more natural energy. Try Super Beats risk-free for 90 days. Go to NoriBeats.com to get this special offer. You'll get a free 30-day supply of Super Beats with your first order at NoriBeats.com and free nitric oxide indicator strips to test your nitric oxide level. Go to NoriBeats.com or call 1-800-515-0053 now and get your heart moving to Super Beats.
Message and data rates may apply. Earning your degree from one of the top business schools in the country might sound impossible to fit into your workload. But what if there were...
You're listening to Coast AM on the home of the Seattle Seahawks, News Talk 1280 KIT.
And we are back with Preston Dennett. We'll get back to your phone calls in just a moment. Preston, do you delve into whether or not various governments have have sort of obtained this UFO healing technology and perhaps are holding it back from the rest of us?
Yeah, I think they are. We know that there are a number of UFO reports of UFO crashes, certainly. A lot of them, actually. It's not just Roswell and Aztec, New Mexico, and Kecksburg, and so on. There's UFO crashes really in every state. I've written a number of books about UFOs over various states. All of them have had UFO crashes. And it's very interesting because if you examine UFO accounts, onboard accounts in particular, there's a very strong medical theme that runs through them. They're described very much as hospitals, or basically I'd look at UFOs as floating hospitals more than anything else. So when these reports of crashes started coming in, it's pretty clear we do have some of this technology. And there are some whistleblower reports of this healing technology being used. There's some reports of this instrument that can allegedly locate and find tumors within the human body, and others that are very much like those instruments you see on Star Trek, which open and close movements using some sort of laser-like light. Another report of these instruments being used to heal people without their knowledge on a limited basis to sort of test it out. Apparently not being used, of course, on a widespread basis. But yeah, I do believe we have this technology, and it's covered up for sure.
Let's go east of the Rockies, and Brenda is in the great state of West Virginia. Brenda, good morning. Welcome to Coast.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call. I'm really sick, and I was wondering if, I don't believe I've ever been abducted, but I have been healed by people praying for me. And I was wondering if you knew if there was any way you could just ask the aliens to heal you if they would. Have you ever heard of anybody just asking that?
Yeah, initially in my research, I thought it was pretty darn rare. I found maybe 2-3 cases. But as the database grew, so did that number. There's probably a good 10-20 cases, perhaps, where people have sort of either directly asked ETs for a healing during their encounter or prayed for one and received it. There was one lady from the Midwest who was diagnosed with a cancer, or tumorous tumor in her breast and prayed real hard. She and her husband prayed while they're, that night, crying and falling asleep. And she had an experience with these gray-type ETs who healed her. She has no UFO history, and was really just kind of praying to angels or God to be healed. So there are a few cases like that. It's not something I would generally recommend. I'm not in contact with ETs, so that's not something I could do. Or, it does happen, but it's so rare that I'm not sure that's a good thing to pursue. Most people who are having those kind of healings are already having contact with ETs.
All right, Brenda, thank you so much for the call. I hope everything works out for you. Let's go west of the Rockies, now in Orange County, California, and Eva, welcome to Coast.
Oh, dear, hi. I hope I can do this. I'm pretty nervous about it. I've never told anyone this before.
You're just talking to a couple of folks over the back fence, that's all.
Okay. Anyway, with my experience with that UFO, I've seen one. And this was back in 1984. And I went to visit my sister in Arizona. And we went down there to Phoenix. She lives north of Phoenix. We went down and spent the day down in Phoenix this one day. And then we were driving back home. It was like 10 o'clock at night. And my brother-in-law was driving. And I was sitting on the passenger. My sister was sitting between us. And as we were driving, back then it was all desert. Nothing was built there. And I was looking at the beautiful Arizona sky. And all of a sudden, I saw something out of the corner of my eye, on my right side there, as I was looking out at the sky. And it was like a little red light. And I thought to myself, God, that's strange to be out in the desert. And I was thinking, maybe if there's a cabin or something out there. So anyway, I was walking and trying to figure out what it was. Next thing, there was a mountain and this UFO came out from behind the mountain, and it was red-orange. It didn't come out all the way. It came out, I would say, probably maybe a fourth of the way. But I could see it on the psyche. And I can see it, and they were communicating with me, and I saw four. I'm so nervous. I saw four of them inside the UFO. But what happened was, they were communicating with me, and I was, watching them. I wanted my sister to see, so I nudged her with my elbow, and as she looked over, she goes, "Oh!" It was, she yelled because it frightened her, and she said, "What is it?" And as soon as she did that, it shot back behind the mountain.
Remarkable story.
Yeah, and after that, it was like a 10-year period that one of them hung around me. As a matter of fact, I had to go in for carpal tunnel surgery, and as I was lying there, ready for the surgery, I looked over, and there was two doctors. I already prepared my hand, and just before I went out, there was this alien was standing between me.
Did he help heal your carpal tunnel syndrome?
Yes.
He did. There you go.
They're friendly, very friendly.
All right, Preston, there you go. Another case for maybe another volume of UFO healing powers.
Yeah, it's very interesting because a number of cases like this occur in hospitals immediately prior to surgery, sometimes on the way to the hospital. So they're definitely monitoring people. We have injured patients at the last hospital. In many cases, which is
Do you delve into
UFOs, and a lot of people talk about the healing power of crop circles. They feel when they enter into one of these.
With the world around.
Aquí se tienen oficinas en Seattle, Everett,
also a section in the book that deals with Native American ceremonial healings. How does that figure into this whole phenomenon?
Because apparently, hands-on healing is a natural human ability, which perhaps most of us have not developed. But the Native American cultures have a number of accounts, which are very well verified, in fact, which they've been able to heal people using hands-on healing in methods that are identical to what the ETs are doing. One comes from Rolling Thunder, well-known Native American, as well as Stalking Wolf, who helped start the largest wilderness school in the United States, Tom Brown. So yeah, I felt it important, again, to sort of link the different kinds of miraculous healings that people have and the similarities that they have to UFO healings.
So what is the suggestion that perhaps the Native American healing techniques were borrowed from or were given to them by extraterrestrials?
It's certainly a possibility. The Native American cultures, many of them do feel that they have a relationship to the ETs and that they are ancestors of the ETs, calling them, the star people. And one gentleman, he told me they're called the Woj, which basically means sky people. And that they do have a relationship to the ETs. I'm not sure if it's a direct connection like that. I do know that some of the earliest evidence of UFO healings comes from the Native American culture. Up in the Mount Adams area, there was some of these tribes which would leave their sick and injured out in the fields at night, and ETs would come and allegedly heal them. This is according to oral tradition. And I've heard that from other Native American cultures as well.
What would you say is the most exceptional case of a health upgrade as a result of a UFO encounter that you document in the book?
For sure, with the John Hunter Gray case, which we talked quite a bit about. But there's a lot of these types of cases of health upgrades. It's one of the most common things people do tell me.
RV dealers. When we met the people from Highway Trailer Sales, we
都可以繼續上堂，但係就係一啲令你個運行進步嘅一啲課程啦。
Healing people?
To some extent. I know that people who have near-death experiences and out-of-body are exposed to these very strong energies and can come away from it healed. And both UFO experiences and near-death experiences have the power to transform people spiritually. So there are these very strong similarities, but I don't think they're directly linked. I think that perhaps ETs are interested in people who have psychic abilities or are interested in developing these abilities within people. Or certainly a lot of people that I've interviewed come away from their experiences with feeling they can do healing, feeling like they can do psychic readings or channel alternative areas.
So that's interesting. So that you have...
And that certainly is not a great Bob Dylan impersonation.
He's defending Mahomes. He's defending Murray. He says Murray's better than Mahomes.
Talk about the unhappy timeshare owners. Getting out of your timeshare is probably at the top of your to-do list.
Oh, maintenance fees are coming due. It's probably at least
Or visit us online at lowstartransfer.com.
mainly clear sky tonight. Tonight low will drop down into the low 50s. We should get a whole lot of sun.
Like a 7.1. It's respectable. Yeah, it's all right. Kevin Wall. All right. Not an awful debut. That's right now. No, I'm just messing. Some people listening right now.
Well, this kid just called James Dolan a petulant jerk. He should look in the mirror. He's a petulant jerk.
No, I'm just messing.
Good job as always, guys. Kevin Wall, great job today. Giving you the eye of the tiger right now.
He's throwing me down.
Drop that. New York Islander fan.
Another New York reference. Ding, ding, ding. I just yelled at him for a New York reference. They make another New York reference.
Because people really know who Sean Avery is.
Yeah.
That name brings the bell.
All right, good job on the team as well. Good job on the updates. For Shackles, Star with big check. We will see you next week. For our affiliates during the overnight coming up tomorrow from 2 to 5:30. And have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling. Thank you, Matt Steinman, for joining us. Ted Johnson next. I'm Zach Gelman.
Technology Truth, brought to you by Geico. Truth, you talk faster when your phone has only 1% battery left.
Hey, hon, what's up?
Hey, sweetie, can you pick up 2 Wheeler crackers after aluminum fresh cream and French vanilla non-dairy creamer and everything to work?
Okay, what?
Truth, it's so easy to switch and save on car insurance at Geico.com.
Why are you talking like that?
Gotta go. I'm taking Kevin to Taekwondo and I only have a...
Honey? Hello?
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. To protect your engine, you have to change the oil. Right now at O'Reilly Auto Parts, pick up 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for $28.95 and get a free O'Reilly Auto Parts tumbler after mail-in rebate. Protect your engine from sludge and wear with O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. See store for details.
Hey guys, Ken here from Hit Podcast. Today's glow. Who would win a 3-mile bicycle race, an 11-year-old girl or last year's winner of the Tour de France? Depends on the bicycle. Depends on the bicycle.
You're running with book.
That's definitely something I'm a little worried about, actually, because the subject, I mean, clearly is never going to leave me alone. I'm going to be probably studying UFO healings for the rest of my life, because at this point, I've got so many cases. It's just incredible.
Well, Preston, thank you so much for hanging out with me for the last 2 hours. I enjoyed it. Here's mine, Preston Dennett. All right. Well, for George Norrie, George Knapp, Lisa Lund, Stephanie Smith, Tom Danheiser, Dan Galante, Chris Burrows, Sean Ladisor, Tim Banal, Michael Cozio, Donna Walker, and here in Toronto, Mike Van Dixon, Patrick Neal, and Alex Glutch. I'm Richard Sarrett. Thank you for your ears and your voices, your beautiful voices. Until next time, so long for now.
From the ground up and comparable to the luxury brand. Do yourself a favor, go test drive that new Mazda 3 at Freeway Mazda because they're the #1 consumer's choice. 4 years running, as rated by DealerRater.ca. Freeway Mazda, Surrey's own. Zoom, zoom.
From CBC News, The World This Hour, I'm Jasmine Sepulis. We begin with breaking news from Ethiopia. An Ethiopian airline plane has crashed on its way to Nairobi. There are deaths reported. A Boeing 737 plane was on a regularly scheduled flight when it crashed. A spokesperson for the airline confirms the plane crashed while heading from Ethiopia's capital, Addis Ababa.
Adam Schefter. AV does get a bump in pay with over $30 million guaranteed and incentives that go beyond $54 million over the 3 years. The Steelers were thought to be looking for a first-round pick, but sources tell Shefty the compensation is a 3rd and 5th rounder, and now the 2019 Steelers will look really different.
It's amazing to think about now that the Pittsburgh Steelers, Le'Veon Bell is going to be moving on in free agency. Antonio Brown's going to be an Oakland Raider, and Ben Roethlisberger's
Up and down the cut there are technically construction zones, so a reduced speed zone. So take it easy as you travel to and from the Iron Workers Memorial. When that project's all done, will be really nice because what it will mean, it's hopefully going to help afternoon
rush hour congestion because there'll be dedicated lanes to go to the ironworkers as well as dedicated lanes if you're just trying to get to Dean Cove, for example. So that is ongoing throughout this year. The other big interchange that's being built is out on Highway 1 in Langley. There's an interchange being put in at 216th. There's nothing there right now, no exit, no
Texas Tech defeats Iowa State 80-73. LSU over Vanderbilt 80-59. Georgetown takes down Marquette 86-84. Seton Hall beat Villanova 79-75.
KDNBA, Kyrie Irving finished with 30 points at Staples Center as Boston beat up the Lakers 120-107.
Lawyers need resource. This is Fox News.
Where eliminate line scale and other water issues like brown stains, bad odors, and lead with HydroCare water products available from Wave Home Solutions. Wave's affordable systems don't use salts or chemicals. You'll love the way your water tastes, smells, and looks. Satisfaction guaranteed. For more information, go to clearwater.com. Clear Water.
Want to get it published? Get your book in the bookstores. Online.
There's so many streams of information coming. Some are designed to distract you and to mislead you.
Playful song. Know that the Lord is God. It is He who made us, and we are His.
This is the John Churchill Show.
If you are that offended by everything in life, this isn't the radio show. There's plenty more juicy than this. This one will drive you absolutely mad. Drive you crazy. Here's John Kincaid.
And good morning to you, John Kincaid Show, CBS Sports Radio, coming to you live from the Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans studio. You know that our friends at Rocket Mortgage.
Nadia Ingmar Stenmark, the Swedish slalom specialist, whose 84 career World Cup wins are still the most ever, was winning at this rate, at this stage of
It's the lottery of sleep.
Yes, the lottery of sleep. Okay, we move on right now because I said, is it love at first sight? Because yes, for you, and love at Christina, yes, it was love at first sight. And also, story right now, the biggest story I think is that A-Rod and J-Lo are getting married. It was love at first sight, right? Alice Rodriguez announces engagement to actress and the pop superstar. She's all over the place, really. Jennifer Lopez, and they did it, well, he did it on an Instagram post last night. And he wrote in the post, quote, "She said yes," and I saw a picture of that ring on the internet. I mean, I don't even know how it chills her hand. It's like a 10-pound rock. It's unreal. It really is. But I guess you could afford it. No,
I'm not trying to bury the lead here with A-Rod.
Getting wiser, and also, you know, just pretty young, so every year I get
Like I saw.
naturally stronger.
I do with pizza, too. It's pizza.
Are you serious? You put an R on
I don't put it there. I just...
Is asking for help in solving a honey issue. On Sunday, February 4th, 2007, the body of Donald James Brown, a white male who was 39 years old at the time, was found in his home in the Orchards area of Vancouver, Washington. A photo of Donald Brown is posted on Crime Stoppers' website. If you have any information regarding the homicide of Donald James Brown, or know of someone who might, please contact Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers offers cash rewards of up to $2,500 for information reported to Crime Stoppers that leads to an arrest, an unsolved homicide, or other felony crime, and tipsters can remain anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers.
Say, okay, all this buffoonery, which we thought wasn't causing many problems, is now actually having an underbelly that they're very uncomfortable with. And when, you know, respectable people...
Honestly, I think the biggest thing I'm thinking is just, like, bring the intensity. And, you know, just kind of trying to get myself really hyped up to put to put my biggest effort into every single turn for the next, 60 or so seconds of the race course. But otherwise, it's just, I'm really trying to keep my mind clear of any crazy thoughts.
To the layman out there, the person who doesn't see skiing except during the Olympics perhaps, or tunes in only for a few big races each season, it's hard to comprehend what creates the separation between someone who is finishing 15th or 20th or 25th consistently, because times are only,
Maybe someone you love will just be fooling, and when you're all alone with only regrets, little coquette, I love you.
To talk to Richard Serrett, call the wild card line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk to Richard from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5033. From west of the Rockies, toll-free, call 800-618-8255. This is Coast to Coast AM with your guest host, Richard Serrett.
Isn't that pretty? Coquette. Kind of the swinging side of Nat King Cole. Ask your grandparents. Brad Olson stays with us as we discuss his expedition to the Antarctic in search of the Illuminati Disneyland. Jeff Redding on Twitter tweets, listening to your discussion, I can't help but think of John Carpenter's remake of The Thing. That's exactly the plot line. I think you're right, Jeff. I'll ask Brad about that when we come back. South Africa isn't too far from the Antarctic, and a South African dive tour operator discovered firsthand what Jonah may have felt like after a whale attempted to swallow him whole. Rainier Schimpf had been attempting to film a sardine run when a bride's whale emerged from the deep with its mouth open to gather food. Schimpf became lodged in the mammal's mouth in an instant. I felt enormous pressure around my waist, which is when I guess the whale realized his mistake, he said. Schimpf's stay inside the whale was brief, and it released him as it continued to swallow a haul of fish. And you can see the video and read all about it in the highlights carousel up at coasttocoastam.com, where our webmaster tiny Sean Ladisor has posted that and other tantalizing tidbits. Say, if you enjoy Coast to Coast AM, you're going to love George Norrie's internet TV program, Beyond Belief. Great guests, great conversations, conspiracies, the paranormal, UFOs, cryptozoology. It's basically Coast to Coast AM with video. Start watching episodes right now. Just visit beyondbelief.com. Questions, comments await when Coast to Coast continues with Brad Olson as we continue to discuss his expedition to the mysterious frozen continent of the Antarctic, right here on Coast to Coast AM.
Message and data rates may apply. Earning your degree from one of the top business schools in the country might sound impossible to fit into your workload. But what if there were a business degree that furthered your career and gave you access to world-renowned
spring fashions from the best designers?
And gave you access to world-renowned faculty, leaders, and mentors.
Get out there and grow up.
Also looking forward to the study with people in the United States. That's Carnivora. Carnivora. Carnivora.com. Call 1-866-836-8735. That's 1-866-836-8735. Call today.
Message and data rates may apply.
If you're considering going back to school, ask yourself the following questions. Do you need the flexibility to take classes on your schedule? Do you have college credits you need transferred? Do you want to earn a quality degree from a world-renowned university? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Arizona State University is the perfect school for you. Arizona State University offers over 150 highly ranked degree programs 100% online. You'll learn the same degrees you would on campus from wherever you are on your schedule. Plus, ASU Online accepts most transfer credits. For instance,
Feline herpes virus 1. The clinical results of this study is that 75% of the cats had no longer showed signs of their immune condition. This is fantastic news. It is being peer-reviewed in an international journal. A double-blind study to commence shortly will include cats and dogs. We'd like to thank Michael Lappin, DVM, for his undying assistance. We're also...
Ed.
works for you.
Podcast. Wake up, Van Pelt. I am going to be like this uncertified life coach where we're going to go through resumes here. We have applicants. They've sent in emails with their current conundrums. I have faith in whoever you get. Siri is going to deliver. Our first guy is Zach, longtime listener, 24, single male. He's at a major crossroads. You're 24, dude. You're not at any kind of crossroads.
Listen and subscribe to The Russillo Show on the ESPN app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Hey, Mike, how's the house coming along?
For my trip.
Food and Drug Administration. Yeah, you can read reviews and book appointments online. What's it cost? Actually, HomeAdvisor is always free to use.
Nice. I'll check it out. Go to homeadvisor.com or download the free app.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One.